Hello, it's John Wadsworth. I'm an astrologer, and I just want to share with you something that I'm following very closely this month, which is the movement of the moon through this lunation cycle from new moon to full moon, culminating in about 8 days' time on the 26th of June with this phenomenal grand cross alignment on the lunar eclipse. 26th of June, a date that a lot of people are fingering as a key date, perhaps a key date in these whole transitional times that we're going through. Certainly one of the most extraordinary astrological alignments we've seen for a long time. So let's just have a look at the moon right now. Let's look up in the sky. Here it is. It's just a waxing crescent moon, moving soon to the first quarter. Be a first quarter moon tomorrow. And if we move down a little bit here, we'll just about pick up Venus. There you can see Venus. Can't get in any closer on this camera, but there's Venus, the brightest object in the sky, apart from the moon, of course. So that's our moon and Venus. No longer conjunct. The moon is actually conjunct Mars now. Can't quite see Mars yet. It's not quite dark enough, but you will later on see Mars very close to the moon there. It's in the sign of Virgo, in the constellation of Leo, but in the sign of Virgo. Beginning of Virgo in the first 10 degrees. So just moving away from the sky and moving down to our chart on the wheel here. I've laid out the chart for now. I haven't put the ascendant, midheaven or the houses in, but here you'll see the planets as they're lining up. Here's the Sun in Gemini. We're coming close to that cusp, close to the cusp with Cancer, which of course marks the summer solstice, and that happens on Monday. Summer solstice celebrations on Monday. Everyone will be flocking down to Stonehenge, of course, on for sunrise on Monday morning. We're doing our alchemical journey weekend for Cancer this weekend. That's our way of celebrating summer solstice. We'll be walking the Glastonbury zodiac on Sunday to welcome in the energy of Cancer. Anyway, back to today's chart. Here we have Sun and Mercury. Mercury very strong at the moment in Gemini, in direct motion. Here's Venus in Leo, making a nice trine to that Sun, to our famous Jupiter-Uranus conjunction there in Aries. Venus is currently making a trine to that. Here we have the Moon-Mars conjunction. Can you see that? There's the Moon with Mars. They're just a couple of degrees away, so you get a nice view of them very close in the sky. Saturn also very close. The Moon will be conjunct Saturn tomorrow when it moves into Libra. It may just be the day after, actually, just touch into the day after before that makes that actual conjunction. But there we go. That's the picture in that part of the sky. And here's the Sun and the Moon, which are now, they're moving up, as you say, the first quarter. When these when the Sun and Moon become square, when the Moon gets to about 27 degrees of Virgo tomorrow, you'll have, that's when you have the first quarter moon. So then we've reached, we're 7 days in. 7 days later, or it'll be about 8 days from now, we'll have that fantastic grand cross alignment, which I showed on a previous video blog. By that time we'll have the Sun will have moved into Cancer to about 4 degrees, and the Moon will have moved around here and will have joined Pluto in Capricorn, and then we'll have the Sun-Moon opposition right on the cross, lining up with Pluto, and then in square to Jupiter-Uranus in Aries and Saturn in Libra. So that's what we're looking at. This is such an extraordinary month astrologically. I'm feeling it. We're seeing it in world events. Some major things happening. I'm getting clients ringing me up with extraordinary stories, very difficult and challenging stories often, and I'm just very aware of it, and maybe you are too. Be really glad to hear your stories. Please post comments on the blog, on YouTube, and so on. Be really welcoming, your stories of what's happening for you right now. So please share that with me. That's me signing off. It's just gone 10 o'clock on Thursday, the 17th of June.